Okay, so ordinarily tonight I would be working on I usually be starting up here on Fire Emblem Engage, which I'm still planning on doing after this one, but I just want to go over some of the latest announcements really quick, especially the fact that we have a new Nintendo Direct coming tomorrow. So I'll do some predictions there. I already dropped some predictions on my channel commentary, but let's go ahead and a little bit more detail here. Just going over various developers who are we're still waiting on stuff for, and a couple other things like that. So, first of all, before we move on to anything else, Nintendo late last night dropped their financial results announcements. This was already scheduled in advance, so we already knew it was going to happen. But then my speculation here was that because this is happening this week, they usually don't have a direct the same week. And then all the insiders started saying, "Well, it's gonna happen this week," and well, it did. Like, I woke up the next morning, and like within the first hour after I woke up, they had already announced the direct. But this stuff dropped. I actually reviewed it a little bit last night before I went to bed. I didn't get a chance to actually. I didn't like talk about anything, but I did go over it a little bit myself and share it with my Discord a little bit. But I'm not too concerned about most of this stuff, but just I mostly want to go in the games. Plus, okay, software. Software is at oh, it's over 2 billion, isn't it? Is it 2 billion? Previous forecast was 210 million. 210. I think that means actually it's actually two. Is it? Is it 2 billion? Uh, I think it. I think it is because people are saying that was no, not. I think that's in profits, not in actual sales. Because they're saying that it might make over 2 billion, not 2 million. Okay. Oh no, I get 210 million this year. That's not total. So what's the total? Because I thought people were saying that it did actually top 2 billion units sold. That's the yen. Okay, well, let's go in here. Hardware, 18.95 million units this year so far. 11.79 for Nintendo Switch, 3.99 for OLED, 317 for Lite. Software this year, 179.29. Minus 4% overall for software. Minus 20% overall for total so far. Oh wait, that is that the quarter? Let's see your 23. Oh, okay, yeah. That's so far this year. So it is down this year, but I'm pretty sure they did top. Where is it? Did they have the total here? Well, here's so Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet, 20 million units. Splatoon 3, 10 million. Nintendo Sports, 8.61 million. 27 titles. 19 Nintendo titles and 8 titles by other software publishers. Interesting. They don't usually list other publishers. They say that, 112 million annual playing users in 2022. That's a pretty big install base. Wait, why does it say 18.2 million? Because up here it says 20 million. April through December. Okay, so 9.4 million for Splatoon 3. Nintendo Sports, 7.9 million. Mario Strikers Battle League, 1.9 million. Xenoblade Chronicles 3, 1.5 million. Oh, I think I know what it is. I think I know what it is. Fastest start of any title for Nintendo video platform in 7 weeks. Okay, that's what it is. It's 7 weeks after initial release. This is probably the actual total up to now. See, they usually don't say up to the current time, except if it's something that looks like it's particularly exceptional. Usually they say what happened in the last period. That says April through December. So yeah, this is April through December. This is up through now, and they only listed for some units. If they did well enough. Interesting that they don't list Bayonetta 3 here, but it did make it. It was interesting. But no, that April that's the whole year. I'm confused. Because March Valley did more than that. I know that because this list is down here. Announced products, engaged. Oh, see, there you go. This is talking about stuff that already released, and that's releasing, within a week, March 17th. So what's missing here? Oh, Octopath Traveler 2 is not published by Nintendo, so that's why it's not listed here. Euro Studios Hollywood have its grand opening February 17th, Miami Prayers April 7th, and Japan on April 28th. Come in. Jeez, even Super Mario Party sold another 1 million? Ugh. Life to date, 2060. Sell through in 7 weeks after release. These numbers don't make sense. That says 18.2, and this says 20. I mean, I get that's the actual number, but it's like, what's the difference here? I am so confused. There's got to be some sort of difference, but it doesn't make any sense. Nintendo Switch Sports, maybe one of them's physical and one's digital. Oh no, wait. Oh, I think this is saying that these are the ones that actually sold them. Those are copies that actually sold, not just shipped. They make money off the games that they shipped. So these are what they shipped. And this is the sell through. That's how many they actually sold through. 18.2 million out of 20 million shipped. I think that's what it's saying. So I think that's the difference. One's the sell through, the other one's the number of shipped. The shipping is so important because that's what they make money off of. So whenever people say that the only says it's shipped, no, that they actually that's the money they made off it. They don't make money off of the actual sale itself. However, if the sale, if they sell through fast enough, then the retailers will order more shipments. $52 million for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. 41 million for Animal Crossing. 30 million for Smash Bros. Almost 30 million for Breath of the Wild. 25 million for Mario Odyssey. 10 million for Bowser's Fury. 14 million for Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. 50 million for Ring Fit Adventure. Bayonetta 3 sold 1.04 million, so that's not bad. It's I think it's the fastest selling Bayonetta game because that's sold in 2 weeks. Is this 2? No, that sold in like 2 months. So that's like the fastest selling Bayonetta game. It also did better than Astral Chain, which took like 4 months for it to sell 1 million units. So that's pretty good. Luigi's Mansion 3 is up to 12 million. That's I expected it to sell like maybe. Yeah, I expected it to easily break 5 and perhaps get around like 7 or 8. 12 million? I never expected that for Luigi's Mansion 3. Super Mario Party is at 19 million almost. Where is Mario Party Superstars is at 9. It's almost 10 million as well. Both Mario Party games on Switch are almost 10 million. So that is potentially looking likely we could see another Mario Party as well. Battle League is at 2.47 million, so not bad. Especially since people didn't care for that game that much. 6 million for Kirby on Fire Island. The best-selling Kirby game to date, period. No exceptions. That's the best-selling Kirby game. I don't think any Kirby game has ever topped 5 million. So, yeah, that's pretty darn good. Nintendo Sports is at 8.61 million. That's kind of expected. Splatoon 3 already sold 10 million as well, so a lot of these things are pretty expected. Oh man. And the thing is, their top 10 list has gone way over. It's gone way over. Hey, where's your top 10 list? They usually not only do they include the highlights for this year, they often include the top 10 list too. I mean, they're gonna have Advance Wars, right? List of dates of Prime Nintendo products by region. Oh, no, that's what release. Actually, there's no mention of Three Hopes. But Three Hopes was not published by Nintendo. This title is licensed released as and sold as a Nintendo product. Oh, interesting. So this is only it's like the previous Warriors games where it did sell over 10 million copies, but that's between all regions, and so it's not listed by Nintendo yet because it hasn't sold over 1 million outside Japan. So that's why it's not listed here. Ordinary would be, but it's not yet. Launch schedule, Engage, that already released. Return to Dream Deluxe this month. Band Origins, May. Tears of the Kingdom, that's still set for April. Pikmin 4, 2023, so that's TBA. Metroid Prime 4 TBA. Adventures Reboot Camp is listed as TBA for the United States and Europe. No mention of Japan. It never got announced for Japan, actually. But I find it interesting. Oh, here's third-party titles. Upcoming titles. All right, there we go. So that's the overview of the sales we've gotten right here. I'm pretty sure it actually did top 120 million consoles total. Where is that at? Do they list the actual total? Okay, maybe it's over here instead. Financial data. Highlights. Okay. 122. Software, it has not yet topped 1 billion, but it's getting really close. It's probably going to top it because it only needs 6 more million copies to top 1 billion. So that's going to happen by the end of the year for sure. That there's no way that's not going to happen. So yeah, that might be the first time we ever get a console that tops 1 billion units. And I've heard this has now beaten up PS4 and the Game Boy. So there's still a couple more consoles that still need to beat out, but it's getting close. Top 10. The bottom of the list is 15 million. Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu, and Eevee. Ring Fit Adventure, Super Mario Party. Okay, that's high. Scarlet and Violet. Odyssey, Sword and Shield, Breath of the Wild, Ultimate. Yeah, there we go. All right, so that's all it for there. Okay, so Nintendo Direct was just announced this morning. This is happening tomorrow at, for me, I'm in Central Time, so it's be at 4 p.m. Central Time. I have a dental appointment to have a tooth extraction at 2:45 p.m. That is 2 hours away. 2.5 hours away, actually. So I will not make this direct. Unfortunately, I will not make this direct. I want to watch it so bad, but I'm not going to do it. So I'm going to try and see if I can just bookmark this spot, and then I'll just be able to come back here and skim through when I get home. So that's what I want to do. I want to try and avoid anything. Come on here, go straight to this and just like skim through it, basically. So that's what I want to do. I don't know if I'll be able to do it, but I'm going to try and do that, so I can actually just, live react to it. So there's a lot of stuff that we have to speculate here, but let's go ahead and do a few things. So Nate Drake, I mean, he gets a lot of stuff right. He's a known insider. He tends to have a lot of stuff right, and he nailed this direct. He knew it was coming. He said, yeah, this direct's coming this week. So he nailed it. He knows some other things too. He keeps saying that F-Zero is coming, which I've been kind of speculating for a while now. I don't think we're getting Game Boy yet, though. I don't think we're getting a Game Boy until like... Okay, so what he's got here is answer updates, Game Boy. I don't even know if my Nintendo brand returns. Prime 4, F-Zero, and more. I actually didn't watch this whole thing. I'm just looking at it briefly and saying, okay, Prime 4. Yeah, I think that I've actually heard that for sure the Prime remaster / remake is coming in this direct. I've heard a couple of different people saying that, so I'm pretty confident that's coming, and I see no reason why they're not going to at least show like a little teaser of Prime 4 at the same time and say it's coming in X time period. So I think that's what's going to happen. They're going to show off the remaster, And then Prime 4 is going to be this holiday or it'll be like next March, is my guess. It's one of those two options. I'm pretty sure my Prime, like they're going to use Prime Remake / Remaster. I don't know which one it is. I originally heard Remake. Am I hearing Remaster now? I don't know which. I think it'd make more sense for it to be actually remake it because it sounds like they basically had to remake the game in order to get out. So I think that's what's gonna happen. So they're gonna release that, have that as a little teaser for Prime 4, and then they'll build up Prime 4 quite a bit, and then it'll be like a it's still not gonna be like a massively huge title. Like I don't know, I don't think it'll to break 10 million. It might, but it's not. There's no guarantee it will. I think it'll break like 5 million for sure though. I'm guessing it'll probably break around 5 million. Prime 4 though is definitely something that Nintendo's trying to get out, and it's not gonna delay the next console. This is not the Wii U, guys. They're not gonna go out of their way to purposely delay games to next console when this console is selling, it has good sales, it's got a good install base. There's no reason to do that. They're not rushing out to get the next console out. I think it will come next year. But if there's the games that are already set for this for Switch and they're ready to go and just need a few more tweaks and everything, they'll still release on Switch. Especially if the next console has to be backwards compatible, there's no reason to have like a dual release or anything. Just release on Switch and then they'll be available on both. But I think they are playing some things specifically for the next console, like Mario Kart and a brand new 3 Mario. Those I'm pretty sure are coming to the next console and not on Switch. That's why we've been that's why we've not seen Mario Odyssey. We've not seen that's why we're getting the Mario Kart expanded DLC instead of a new game. But we'll probably see things like remasters and games that are right now and smaller titles. Most I think there's been rumors about a lots of remasters like Twilight Princess and Wind Waker coming like a dual pack. Maybe that won't happen, but if nothing else, we'll probably get them. We'll probably get them sometime within like the end of the year and early next year. Is probably what we'll see those. F-Zero though, I think might come that might come this year. So I think there's a good chance we might see F-Zero in this direct. It seems like Nate's pretty confident it's coming, and I kind of been thinking we'd finally get one after all this time now. And the theory is that it's gonna be a remaster of GX instead of a brand new game, and I think it makes sense that way. So that's something to keep in mind. Now we'll also can discuss a few other things because there's a handful of Nintendo devs that we don't know what they're doing right now. So we got likes of Grezzo, Goodfeel, NDCube, and Camelot. These are the main ones I'm looking at here. So Grezzo, their last games were 2019 with Link's Awakening. 2021 is Miitopia. So they should be due for another game right now. But it's possible they could be like against like a Miitopia 2. But the weird thing about it is that Miitopia is like, was it really that big of a remake? I didn't think it really was. It was like, they basically just took the Miitopia game and made it on Switch. I don't think it was that huge of a deal. So you'd think that they have something else already lined up as well. And that's the case, it could be something pretty big if that was happening. One of the things people were expecting early on was that maybe they could be remaking the Oracle games because last thing remake was Link's Awakening. But the Oracle games weren't that great, and they weren't like that. They were the best well received or sold. So I don't know if they'll do that or not. I think that they're either working a brand new. I think they're either working on a brand new version of a brand new top-down Zelda, maybe a remake of a Zelda game, or it could be something totally different. So there was this article that came out a while back about them working on a new medieval and stylish product, whatever that means. Who knows what that could mean, but yeah. It could be an original IP instead, but we should be seeing whatever Grezzo's work on. It's been a while since we've seen them. Goodfeel is also one that we haven't seen in a while. They released a small title called Monkey Barrels, which is kind of not great looking. And then we've got Yoshi's Crafted World, which was their last major title. And there's some sort of, I don't know what this is, Untitled, a new game, Yoshi's Crafted World, Goodfeel kind of 2021. It's not that they never released anything in 2021. Action title set in Japan, expects to have international appeal. Here's overview of Swordworks and artwork below. Some sort of samurai type inspired game is what it sounds like. But whatever the Goodfeel's work on, we're definitely going to see that here too. I think we're going to see that here. because it's a long time coming for them to get something out. IndieCube is mixed. If you look at their record here, Super Mario Party to Mario Party Superstars was 3 years, but they did develop Clubhouse Games 51 Worldwide Classics in that period. So it could be that like this is a short game, and then they were also working on Mario Party Superstars at the same time. So that could be it. And so it's very possible we could see another Mario Party game this year. And I do think that it seems like they're releasing a new Mario Party every two or 3 years at this point. But like you have also Top 100 and Star Rush. I feel like they're releasing a new Mario Party every 1 to 2 years at this point. No, 2-3 years at this point. So we could in fact get a new Mario Party this year. Definitely not gonna get any DLC for the existing one, so we can rule that one out for sure. But we might get a new Mario Party this year. And that's another thing too, is that we've also got rumors of Mario Baseball being developed by Now Production. That comes from I actually tried to look that one up, but this one comes from I guess Zippo, who seems to be getting better track record recently. I'm not sure, but we've been speculating that it could be that Zippo is getting his information from Emily Rogers. Emily Rogers is definitely legit. But Zippo has been more mixed. However, some of the recent stuff has been more accurate. So if we get the baseball game after all, that might be of note. He did call golf, but we kind of expect that one anyway. I don't know who called strikers, but I wasn't surprised when we heard about strikers anyway, so that doesn't really blow my mind or anything. But getting baseball, I did not expect baseball really. Although baseball did get a new trademark as well. There was a brand new Mario Super Sluggers trademark that happened a couple years ago. Although it could have been just replacing the old one that was expiring. So who knows about that one. But the rumor is that right now we're getting a baseball game from Namco and Now Production. And more than likely we're going to see Mario & Sonic 2024 as well. They dropped the Winter Olympic games, but they've still kept going with the summer ones. So we're probably getting another Mario & Sonic Olympics this year. And then, of course, we're going to see DLC for various things like the next wave of Mario Kart, the next set of Engage, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, probably a Splatoon 3 as well. We might see deals for all those things. So there's a lot of stuff we can consider there. So those are all considerations as well. And with that in mind, there's one more developer we want to talk about, and that's Camelot Software Planning. So if you actually look at their track record, what they have here, they have RPGs, they have golf, and they have tennis, and that's basically about it. They have RPGs, golf, and tennis. That's all they have here. They actually started golf back on 1997 on the PlayStation. Everybody's Golf was the first sports game they did. Before that, they were all just Shining Force, and also they did Beyond once. That was a one-off thing. They originally actually started working on Golden Sun on the N64. You sleep? But either way, I mean, basically, we're getting Golden Sun. I'm pretty confident on that one. We've already got Mario Tennis and Mario Golf. 1997. I have no idea why they made a golf game in 1997. But yeah, I remember this one. I think this series actually continued after Camelot stopped it. I think it did. I think there was. I read a little rap on this. I think there was actually more Everybody's Golf after this one. Yeah, here we go. After that, it went to Clap Hands. Look, there's an Everybody's Golf 2017, and it's still at Clap Hands. So this series continued long after Camelot stopped developing it. So I have no idea why Camelot started making golf, but I guess they decided to use that as like their side thing. And when Mario Golf and Mario Tennis started selling so well, they meant making it more and more often. But yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think we're going to be seeing Golden Sun 1-2 remakes is my guess. That could be here or could be later. It's hard to say. Yeah, I mean, Mario Golf could theoretically go another developer because like there's some developers that could happen. Again, like Everybody's Golf, Camelot did it, and then someone else continued that series afterwards when Camelot did other things. So it's theoretically possible that could happen. But the thing is, again, Camelot only does 3 things. They do tennis, golf, and they do RPGs. And right now, their only RPGs they do is Golden Sun. So, I mean, it has been, a long time since Dark Dawn, 2010, now it's 2023. But okay, it's been 2 years since Super Rush. That probably actually finished up in 2020, and they just pushed it back because Nintendo pushed back because they couldn't justify releasing all other Mario stuff, so it got pushed back into 2021 instead, so there's more room. And now it's been 2 years since Super Rush, probably 3 years since it actually finished development. Plus, Count recently totally redid their website. So, yeah, they redid their website last year, which probably is a promotional for them to start continuing to development. But if you look through their website, there's lots of Golden Sun stuff here. It's basically just Golden Sun, and one page has a sports related thing. I think it's like this. Wait, which one? One of these pages has Mario Golf on it. Right here, yeah, there it is. That's the only page that has Mario Golf on it. This happened in June. Yeah, so for probably about a year before they actually release the next game, which is likely going to be, I'm guessing, Golden Sun Remake. So that's be nice to see if that actually does happen. And if it does happen, I'm going to stream Dark Dawn. So, yeah. But there's no guarantee it happens yet. It could be announced later because it all depends on like when they start development and how long it takes or anything. Izuno? I mean, Izuno's the guy who works for Nintendo with Camelot and other developers on games, right? I don't know what to talk about regarding Izuno. I believe if Izuno is an EPD, yeah, EPD 2. I think EPD. Let's look at it. I don't see Izuno listed here, but yeah, EPD2 is I believe they're a team that works with external developers. It's like yeah, they also work with the Mario Super Rush and everything. Super Rush and also yes, I know, but I don't know what else to say about it. I mean, so yeah, like specifically this team, they work at a lot of different they work with a lot of different external studios to develop games with them and co-produce them and or just direct them. Oh, there he is, Toshihari Izuno. Okay, I missed the Izuno part. Toshihari Izuno is the head. Yeah, he actually stopped doing this. He such was Ultimate Bowser's Journey. He wasn't involved in Mario Golf Super Rush, which is odd because he's been there. He's been working with all these studios for a long time. Like if you go back over here, the original Mario Golf, he was the coordinator. He's been he's worked with Camelot ever since then. You got Aces here. He was a producer. He has product manager on Smash Ultimate and then producer on Bowser Mario Luigi Inside Story. Since 2018, he's gone. He's only got special thanks now. So I don't know what's up with him, but something weird what happened with Izuno here. I mean, did he retire or something? Either way, yeah, yes. He looks like he stopped doing stuff back in 2018 because he was involved with Kama all the way up through Mario Tennis Aces, and he was not involved with Mario Golf Super Rush. So that's interesting. I don't know what else to think about it though. Um, so I guess I'll move on to the next. Yeah, but either way, the point is, I'm pretty sure getting Camelot announcing a new Golden Sun game, and I'm assuming it's like a remake of the first two games, similar to how we got a remake of Mario Advance Wars 1 and 2, which I'm guessing is getting pushed back 1 year to April. There was a recent rumor that suggested it might be shadow dropping this week. People seem to think that's not true right now, but who knows? Maybe it will be true. I don't know. I think I'm assuming though it's probably going to be released in April. That's the best bet because there's nothing else announced for April anyway. It's best for them to release it there where there's no more other competition. But there was another weird thing too. Pikmin 4 had a release date listed online for for May, 2 weeks after Tears of the Kingdom, which that definitely is weird. If that's the case, then they might be more packed than people expect. Because like, why would they release it in May if there's plenty of other places they could release it at? Um, so I found this one weird. Gabansi posted this up for like, oh, here's some trademarks to speculate on, and I'm like, most of these aren't really relevant. Densier small games. I think that's kind of what it is. Yeah, it's maybe like a densier small games. There's lots and lots of small games. Is what it sounds like. Okay, so one a list of games that you could speculate on, and I'm like, okay, so you're listing all these games from third party publishers, but not the ones that Nintendo posted. Like a lot, some of these games I actually had trademarked several years back. So I don't know. Plus, Tales of Rise Beyond the Dawn. I mean, okay, we love Katamari Reroll. That makes sense. We just got a Katamari game a couple years ago. That was a remake. It makes sense that another game in the Katamari series gets remade, so that could get announced here too. But Tales of Rise Beyond Dawn, I think that has to be like a sequel to Tales of Rise, is what it sounds like. But that's not going to get announced here. Tales of Rise didn't even release on Switch, and it's not going to. Bait and Kados, we probably should see as well. But that's not this year either. Like that also got trademarked, but it's not being seen here. It was also in the. It was also in the. What was it? Bait and Chaos was not only was there a trademark for it, but there was also a leak. The Nvidia leak, that's what it's called. The Nvidia leak had lots of leaked games. That also include things like Final Fantasy IX remake as well as Bait and Chaos remake. So those were in there. Bait and Chaos is probably going to be showing up pretty soon. Speculation is that it could be like production, could be production now, or it could be like a. No, I think it was in production now. Production now is probably working on baseball. It was Tri Crescendo could be developing that one. I doubt Monolith would do it because Monolith is busy with working with Nintendo products, so it's probably gonna be Monolith. But Bait and Chaos could be developed by Tri Crescendo instead, the remake of that. Tri Crescendo does a lot of stuff for Namco and works closely with, and they have also developed RPGs too. So I don't think this actually means anything, but I just want to talk about Donkey Kong because Donkey Kong, I think it's long overdue to get another game. I'm pretty sure it's coming. It's just a matter of when and when it started development and everything. There's been rumors from various people, insiders, a couple years, last year actually. Was it last year or was it 2 years ago? There's various rumors a while back for Donkey Kong coming back again, a new game, and it makes sense to be coming one coming. I'm guessing because it's been so long, they're probably working on something bigger than normal, so probably like a 3D Donkey Kong game is my guess. But who knows? Either way, we're probably going to be getting a new Donkey Kong game at some point. Will be here? I don't know. They might save the special reveal at the end for Metroid Prime 4 instead. Although I think it could be Donkey Kong easy enough. It all depends what they're planning. And Doug Bowser was being a goofball because I usually don't see them. This sounds like a Reggie comment because he's pointing out the fact that people like going like make bingo cards for Nintendo Directs, and I'm like, okay, I'm surprised he makes this kind of comment here because I don't see him. I usually don't see him making these kind of crack jokes like this. But yeah, Nintendo Direct tomorrow. I will not be present here. I'm just hoping that I'm mostly just hoping to see Golden Sun and Donkey Kong, and I'll be happy if we get Metroid Prime 4 news. You don't care about Metroid that much. I'll be happy if we get the news at least. So yeah, there's that. I can't think of anything else at the moment, so I guess that's it for now.